What up? It's your boy Will. Just about to give you some words of wisdom this morning. So real quick, this is on my heart. I feel like, I don't say I feel. I know some of us um, need to hear this, and it's a good thing. It's showing progression. So I titled this "Is Deeper Than What We Think" because I know a lot of people. Well, I won't say a lot of people. I just use myself as an example. I myself, or some people, have issues that are covered, or they didn't uncover, or you can say they covered. And what I mean by that is like everybody has issues. I don't care, where you at in your walk. I don't care where you at in life. Like everybody has issues, right? And then there are some issues that you haven't dealt with, and because you haven't dealt with those issues, you can start something new. You can go into a new workplace. You can go into a new relationship. You can go, anywhere. And just because it's something new, if you haven't dealt with the core issue or the issue itself, guess what? You still have the same issue. So yeah, you can get a new job, but if you always came in late and you always had an attitude problem, and it was always something that was deeper than what people can see, so you can have a new job and still have the same mindset and be the same person you are because you haven't dealt with what you was running away from, or thinking that you know everything wrong with everybody else except you or yourself. So, and I use myself as an example because I truly believe that a lot of our issues come from just past issues. Like, I mean, past issues. And what I mean by past issues is there are things in life, and I'll be real, there are things in life that I've ran from. There's things that people run from, and my dad ran from, my dad's ran from. So there are things that are passed down that we have that we don't even, know that we have. And it didn't happen like you can be 28 and have an attitude problem. Like it don't happen when you're 28. It happens when you was 8 years old, when you was 7 years old. It was like the things you were seeing. So I give you an example, like for myself. Like I ran away from a lot of things and used like sports as my outlet or things like that. And I'm old school. Like I was one of those people when I grew up where you ain't ask questions. So I was in that era to where when grown folks talking, you outside. Ain't no iPad, ain't no none of that. It's like I'm outside. So there were certain things that, I just didn't know because I couldn't be in grown folks' business and I had to be outside. So therefore, as I got older, there was issues that the grown folks was dealing with that affected me that I didn't know about. So as I got older, I had to face those issues, not something that was attached to me. It was something, some things that my dad did. And, at 17, I found out I have a sister and I'm 17 years old. So I'm like literally grown and I found out I have a sister and I'm 17. Now, with me, I'm dealing with that issue or the issue itself because I'm like, why ain't nobody told me? And I think as grown folks, older people then was like, well, kids got to stay in the kid place. But I'm like, that's my sister. Like I would like to like have a relationship to, who knows what kind of relationship me and her could have had. Well, we have one now. Like it's great, but like that's my sister. But I would have just there's things she could have taught me in ways on how I could have handled things that I was dealing with that I didn't know how to handle because, like I said, I was always playing sports. I was on the go. I couldn't ask questions. Mom was working, dad was working, so it was like, well, who do I ask questions when I don't have the counsel that I need to be able to not deal with that issue? So we all need people at the end of the day to give good counsel. Like we all need people to give us good counsel because it's not good to fall alone. It's not good to fall alone because when you fall alone, there's some times in your life where you're gonna fall short and you're gonna need somebody to pick you up. And most of the times we have this trained behavior. We have this trained behavior that we can do it alone. I'm gonna figure it out by myself, and that has come through just seeing that because you seen that person do it by itself, that person do it by itself. So now you're like, well, I'm gonna try to do it by myself because you may get into an area or a rut in your life to where somebody has already went ahead and approved themselves in that area. So of course you may need to fall on that person because guess what? They've already been through it and done it, and they can not, they're not gonna tell you anything wrong because they've already, experienced it. So it's like if somebody, broke your heart, guess what? There is somebody that's already have approved on how to forgive, how to move forward, and what steps you gotta take to get back to being yourself. Like that's just, and we all need that. Like we all need people that we can count on to do that. But in able to do that, there are issues that we have to deal with ourselves internally and understand. We got to find those things that trigger us and know what triggers you. Like, you got to know what triggers you to be able to be like, okay, that's a trigger. I can't take this trigger to this relationship. Or I can't take this trigger, moving forward because if that happens, you're just repeating the cycle. And no one stood up to say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to go back from having a old mindset that I used to have. So, oh man, something wrong with my sound. Man, it sucked. I think somebody called me. They called me. Can you hear me now? Everybody can hear me now? John, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Let me take this. Can you hear me now? I got AT&T. I ain't got Sprint. You be able to hear me. Can you hear me now? All right, good. So I take these off. These ain't. But yeah, appreciate it. So yeah, we have to deal with those issues that to where we don't. Because let's be real, like I said, I use myself. Like I've dealt with things, and all I've done is just ran from it. And by running from it, I was still, going through the same process with different people. But all I was doing was repeating the process because I never dealt with it. And then I found myself doing some of the same things that my dad did, or I seen my sister do. It was just like I was just repeating the process over and over again because I never dealt with the issue. I never said like I didn't know how to deal with it because for one I didn't acknowledge it. Like I knew I was dealing with it, but I would go into it thinking, okay, I'm on getting this relationship, and maybe with this person they'll end up changing me, or the relationship itself would change the thing that I'm trying to work on. Like it doesn't happen that way. Like if I go into it thinking, okay, it's going to change, like she's going to change whatever I got going on, it ain't got nothing to do with her. And now you take two single people, that's broken, and you try to put them together. Guess what's going to happen? Take a wild guess, and then it takes that for you to try to figure out, like, man, it wasn't nothing she was doing. It wasn't nothing. It was what I was doing because you wasn't dealing with the issue that you had before you went into it. So a lot of people go into it thinking that it would change because of who they are. So it's like I'm gonna try to meet them where they at, but I'm not even where I need to be. But yet I'm gonna go into it and have expectations that they can't even meet because I ain't dealt with me. So I mean, and we do that to ourselves and we do it to other people, and we don't do it intentional. It ain't like some people don't be like, okay, I'm gonna put myself in this new position, and they don't even do it intentional. It's like having a new job. Like you get a new job or promotion, you don't have the intention to like not do the work. Like you want to do it, but if you don't schedule your new life or your new schedule around what you about to be doing, it's gonna be a mess. Like if you get a promotion or you get a new job and the hours change, but you got the same mindset, knowing your hours change, you might not have that promotion much longer. What's going on, brother? Oh, great day to be alive, man. All right. All right, brother. So that's just some things that I feel like I ain't gonna say everyone needs to work on, but even though knowing that everybody has issues, like you got some people that admit they have issues, you got some people that have issues that they haven't dealt with, and you got some people that's dealing with it don't know how to deal with it. Like I mean, it's just it's so many, it's so many. Like I said, and I know that because guess what? That's something that you cannot like. Some issues ain't got nothing to do with you. Like it has nothing to do with you. What I mean by that is you may have something that is attached to you that you don't even know where you got it from. I mean, you have the slightest clue. You're like, man, like why am I always broke? And guess what? Probably your mom or your granddad or like somebody in your family used to be broke, and they've trained you to see that to where that's what you think. Okay, even though this person I've never seen them have money, but for some reason I'm in this boat to where I'm always broke. Or you take having an attitude problem. Like having an attitude problem don't just like you pick that up from somewhere. It's a learned behavior. So and sometimes, most of the times, that's us. So you just have to know how to deal with it by putting yourself and having people that can hold you accountable, and most of all, hold yourself accountable. So I mean, today it was just one of those things where I challenge you to really find the core issues of what you're dealing with, what you're struggling with, what you're trying to overcome, and understand the purpose of why you're trying to overcome the thing that is a core need for you. Because what I've learned is if you have a core need and you don't meet that core need is going to send you to a stress. So if you get with someone or you do something that's like, okay, this is my core need. My core need is I need my personal time. So if you don't get to have your personal time, guess what's going to happen? You're going to send yourself to a stressor because you never got the core need, not the want, the need. So if you don't get the need, you're not going to be able to withstand the thing that you need to be doing. Like you're not going to give the person that you need the core need from, which is yourself, to be your best self because you didn't meet the core need. So what you did was you settled instead of saying I need this core need. So he was like, well, let me adjust. And when you adjust to that core need, that's what normally happens. So I challenge you today: find those core needs that you need, and deal with the issue behind the core need. And it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take, and it's more than just going back and apologizing, and that's half of the battle. Like going back and apologizing is half of the battle, but actually dealing with it, like actually sitting down, because when you deal with it, guess what happens? You're drained. Like you're literally mentally, physically drained from finally expressing the core need that you need to have. That makes you a better you. So hey, it's your boy Will. Just give me some words of wisdom. I hope y'all have a great Tuesday. All right.